The morning sun cast long shadows across the military training facility as General Marcus Rodriguez made his routine inspection rounds. His polished boots clicked against the concrete as he walked past the various training stations where soldiers honed their skills. The sound of gunfire echoed from the rifle ranges, mixing with shouted commands from drill sergeants. Rodriguez had been a general for 15 years, commanding respect through his fair leadership and genuine care for his troops. He had seen countless soldiers come and go, each with their own stories and capabilities. But nothing had prepared him for what he would witness that Tuesday morning. As he approached the long-range shooting facility, something caught his eye. A lone figure lay prone on the furthest shooting position, completely still except for the gentle rise and fall of controlled breathing. The soldier was smaller than most, wearing standard camouflage gear with a ghillie hood pulled up. What struck him immediately was the absolute stillness of the shooter. Rodriguez paused his inspection, drawn by professional curiosity. He had been a marksman himself in his younger days, understanding the discipline required for precision shooting. But this level of control was extraordinary, even by military standards. The range officer, Sergeant Patterson, noticed the general's interest and approached quietly. "That's Private First Class Maria Santos, sir," he whispered. "She's been out there since dawn, working on her long-range qualifications." Rodriguez nodded, keeping his voice low. "How's she performing?" Patterson's expression showed genuine amazement. "Sir, in 3 hours, she's fired 47 rounds at targets between 2,000 and 3,200 meters. Every single shot has been either bullseye or within the inner ring." The general raised his eyebrows. Even experienced snipers struggled to maintain that level of accuracy at such distances. Wind conditions, temperature changes, and simple human fatigue usually affected performance over extended periods. "What's her background?" Rodriguez asked, settling in to observe from a respectful distance. "She joined 6 months ago, sir. Came from a small farming town in Montana. Her father was apparently a hunting guide, taught her to shoot as a child. But what she's doing now goes far beyond anything learned hunting deer." Rodriguez watched as Santos adjusted her position minutely, her movements so slight they were barely perceptible. She was using a Barrett M82A1 50 caliber rifle, a weapon that demanded respect and skill. The rifle weighed nearly 30 pounds and delivered a massive punch that could disable vehicles or eliminate targets at extreme distances. Through his binoculars, Rodriguez could see Santos's face partially hidden beneath the ghillie hood. Her dark eyes were focused with laser-like intensity on the target. Her breathing had slowed to an almost meditative rhythm. Every few minutes, she would make microscopic adjustments to her scope or shift her body position by mere millimeters. "Has she attempted the 3,200-meter qualification yet?" Rodriguez asked. Patterson shook his head. "She's been building up to it, sir, working her way through the distance markers. The 3,200-meter target is the most challenging we offer. Very few soldiers even attempt it, and fewer still succeed." Rodriguez understood the significance. A successful shot at 3,200 meters required not just exceptional marksmanship, but also advanced understanding of ballistics, wind reading, and environmental factors. It was the kind of shot that separated good snipers from legendary ones. Santos began preparing for her next shot. She consulted a small notebook filled with calculations, checked wind indicators, and made careful adjustments to her scope. The process took several minutes, each movement deliberate and purposeful. The target at 3,200 meters was barely visible even through binoculars. It appeared as a small speck against the distant hillside, challenging even for spotters with high-powered optics. Rodriguez found himself holding his breath as Santos settled into her final shooting position. The silence stretched for what felt like minutes, but was probably only seconds. Then, the massive Barrett rifle erupted with its characteristic thunder. The muzzle flash was brilliant in the morning light, and the powerful recoil rocked Santos's entire body. But she absorbed it with practiced ease, maintaining her position to observe the shot's impact. Patterson was already on his radio, communicating with the downrange spotters. The response came back within moments, and his face broke into a wide grin. "Bullseye, sir," Patterson announced with barely contained excitement. "Dead center at 3,200 meters." Rodriguez felt a chill run down his spine. In his 15 years as a general and 25 years of military service, he had witnessed many impressive displays of skill. But this was something different. This was the kind of shot that became legend, passed down through military folklore. Santos began the methodical process of clearing and securing her weapon. Her movements remained calm and professional, showing no outward signs of celebration or even acknowledgement of the extraordinary shot she had just made. She treated it as routine, as if hitting targets at 2 miles was simply another day's work. As she prepared to leave her shooting position, Rodriguez made a decision. He needed to meet this soldier personally. Something about her composure and skill suggested there was much more to Private First Class Maria Santos than appeared in any personnel file. Patterson was still communicating with the downrange team, confirming the shot details for official records. "Sir, the spotters are saying it's not just a bullseye. The shot hit within 2 inches of dead center. At 3,200 meters, that's practically impossible." Rodriguez watched as Santos stood and shouldered her rifle. Even carrying the heavy Barrett, she moved with fluid grace and confidence. Her ghillie suit was perfectly maintained, her equipment organized with military precision. Everything about her suggested a professional soldier who took pride in her craft. "Sergeant Patterson," Rodriguez said quietly, "I want to speak with Private Santos, but let me approach her directly. I don't want this to feel like an official inspection." Patterson nodded understanding. "Yes, sir. Should I prepare any documentation about her shooting performance?" "Not yet," Rodriguez replied, starting to walk toward Santos's position. "Let me talk with her first. Something tells me there's a story here that goes beyond what's in her service record." As he approached, Rodriguez felt a familiar tingle of anticipation. Throughout his career, he had learned to recognize exceptional soldiers when he encountered them. Private First Class Maria Santos was clearly one of those rare individuals who possessed not just skill, but something indefinable that set them apart from their peers. Santos was securing her equipment when she noticed the approaching figure. She recognized General Rodriguez immediately and snapped to attention, despite still holding the heavy Barrett rifle. "At ease, Private," Rodriguez said with a slight smile. "I was observing your shooting session. That was quite impressive." Santos relaxed slightly but maintained proper military bearing. "Thank you, sir. I was working on my long-range qualifications." Rodriguez studied her more closely now. She appeared to be in her early 20s, with dark hair pulled back in a regulation ponytail. Her face showed the kind of focused intensity he had seen in elite soldiers, but there was something else in her dark eyes, a depth that suggested experiences beyond her years. "Sergeant Patterson tells me you've been here since dawn," Rodriguez continued. "That's dedication, but what I saw just now goes beyond dedication. Where did you learn to shoot like that?" Santos hesitated for a moment, as if unsure how much to reveal. "My father taught me the basics, sir, but most of what I know, I learned through practice and study." Rodriguez sensed there was much more to the story. "Your father was military?" "No, sir," Santos replied. "He was a hunting guide in Montana. Took clients into the backcountry for elk and deer hunting. He said if I was going to handle firearms, I needed to respect them and master them completely." The general nodded appreciatively. "Good philosophy. But guiding hunters and hitting targets at 3,200 meters are very different skills. How did you make that transition?" Santos shifted slightly, her expression growing more serious. "After high school, I worked for a private security company for 2 years before enlisting. They provided advanced training in long-range shooting and tactical operations." Rodriguez's interest sharpened. Private security companies sometimes employed former military specialists who could provide training that exceeded standard civilian instruction. "What kind of security work?" "Protection details for executives working in unstable regions," Santos explained. "The company specialized in high-risk environments where threats could come from extreme distances. They needed security personnel who could provide overwatch from positions that traditional security couldn't reach." The pieces were beginning to fit together. Rodriguez understood now why Santos displayed such exceptional skills. She had received professional-grade training in real-world applications where failure meant more than missed targets. "That explains the technical skills," Rodriguez acknowledged. But what I observed today was something beyond just training. You have an intuitive understanding of the rifle and environment that takes years to develop. Santos looked directly at the general, and he saw a flicker of something darker in her expression. I had good motivation to learn quickly, sir. In my last assignment with the security company, we lost 3 team members to sniper fire. The threats we faced were highly trained and extremely dangerous. Rodriguez felt a chill of understanding. This young soldier had faced combat conditions before ever joining the military. She had experienced the life-or-death pressure that forged true marksmen. "Is that why you enlisted?" he asked gently. "Partially, sir," Santos replied. "I realized I wanted to use my skills in service of something larger than protecting corporate interests. The military offered an opportunity to make a real difference while continuing to develop my abilities." Rodriguez was impressed by her maturity and clear sense of purpose. Too many young soldiers joined for vague reasons or simple adventure seeking. Santos had enlisted with specific goals and understanding of what military service entailed. "Have you considered applying for sniper school?" Rodriguez asked. Santos's face lit up with interest. "I would be very interested, sir, but I understand the selection process is extremely competitive." Rodriguez nodded. "It is. But based on what I witnessed today, I think you would be an excellent candidate. However, sniper school involves much more than just marksmanship." "Are you prepared for the full scope of specialized training?" "Yes, sir," Santos responded without hesitation. "I've studied the requirements extensively. Camouflage and concealment, fieldcraft, intelligence gathering, extended operations in hostile territory. I understand it's as much about mental toughness and patience as it is about shooting skills." The general was further impressed by her comprehensive understanding. Many soldiers focused only on the shooting aspects of sniper training, underestimating the broader skill set required. "What's your ultimate goal, Private Santos?" Rodriguez asked. Santos considered the question carefully before responding. "I want to be the best soldier I can be, sir. I believe my skills can make a significant contribution to mission success and protecting fellow soldiers. If that means becoming a designated marksman or sniper, I'm prepared for that responsibility." Rodriguez appreciated her measured response. She understood that being a sniper involved more than personal achievement. It meant accepting responsibility for critical missions and split-second decisions that could affect entire operations. "I'm going to speak with your commanding officer about your potential," Rodriguez said, "but I want you to understand something. The path you're considering will be challenging in ways that go beyond physical training. Are you prepared for the psychological demands?" Santos met his gaze directly. "Sir, I've already faced situations where my shooting meant the difference between life and death for people depending on me. I understand the weight of that responsibility." Rodriguez nodded slowly. This soldier had already been tested in ways that many career military personnel never experienced. Her combination of natural ability, professional training, and real-world experience created a unique foundation for advanced development. "Continue your training here," Rodriguez instructed. "I'll be reviewing your records and speaking with the appropriate personnel about advanced opportunities. In the meantime, I want you to document your training methods and any techniques you've developed. That information could be valuable for training other soldiers." "Yes, sir," Santos replied. "I'd be happy to share anything that might help improve our overall capabilities." Rodriguez began walking away, then turned back. "Private Santos, what you demonstrated today was extraordinary. But remember that exceptional ability comes with exceptional responsibility. Use your skills wisely." Santos straightened to attention. "I will, sir. Thank you for the opportunity." As Rodriguez continued his inspection rounds, his mind was already working through possibilities. Soldiers like Santos appeared rarely, maybe once or twice in a career. When they did emerge, it was crucial to recognize their potential and provide appropriate development opportunities. He made a mental note to contact the sniper school commandant that afternoon. Santos would need official recommendations and endorsements to enter the program, but Rodriguez was prepared to provide strong support based on what he had witnessed. The general also planned to review Santos's service record more thoroughly. Her background with private security suggested experiences that might not be fully documented in standard military files. Understanding her complete history would help determine the best path for her continued development. Rodriguez smiled slightly as he walked toward the next training area. Days like this reminded him why he had chosen to make the military his career. Discovering and nurturing exceptional talent was one of the most rewarding aspects of leadership. 3 months later, Rodriguez received the call he had been expecting. Santos had not only been accepted into sniper school, but had graduated at the top of her class. The instructors reported that she had broken several school records and demonstrated leadership qualities that impressed even veteran trainers. Now, Staff Sergeant Maria Santos stood in Rodriguez's office, wearing the distinctive uniform of a qualified military sniper. The transformation was remarkable. Her bearing showed increased confidence, and her eyes held the steady gaze of someone who had been tested and proven themselves under the most demanding conditions. "Congratulations, Staff Sergeant," Rodriguez said, gesturing for her to sit. "I've been following your progress. The reports from sniper school were exceptional." Santos smiled modestly. "Thank you, sir. The training was intense, but exactly what I hoped it would be. The instructors pushed us far beyond what I thought was possible." Rodriguez reviewed the file on his desk. "According to these reports, you set new records for long-distance accuracy, fieldcraft evaluation, and mission planning exercises. Your final exercise score was the highest recorded in the past 5 years." "I had excellent instructors, sir," Santos replied, "and the foundation I built here during those early training sessions proved very valuable." Rodriguez nodded. He remembered clearly the morning when he first observed Santos's extraordinary shooting. That encounter had changed both their careers in unexpected ways. "I have a proposition for you," Rodriguez said, leaning forward. "I'm forming a specialized unit for high-value target elimination and reconnaissance missions. I need soldiers who can operate independently in hostile territory for extended periods. Based on your training record and previous experience, I believe you'd be ideal for this unit." Santos's expression grew serious as she considered the implications. "What kind of missions, sir?" "The type where precision matters more than firepower," Rodriguez explained. "Situations where a single well-placed shot can prevent larger conflicts or save numerous lives. Operations that require soldiers who can think independently and adapt to changing circumstances." Rodriguez paused, studying Santos's reaction. "This isn't a decision to make lightly. The missions will be dangerous, and success will often depend entirely on your individual skills and judgment." Santos was quiet for several moments, processing the offer. Rodriguez could see her weighing the responsibilities and challenges involved. "Sir, I joined the military to make a difference," Santos finally said. "If my skills can contribute to critical missions and protect fellow soldiers, then I want to be part of this unit." Rodriguez felt a surge of satisfaction. Santos's response confirmed his assessment of her character and commitment. "Excellent," he said. "But before we proceed, I want you to understand something about leadership. Your technical skills are extraordinary, but in this unit, you'll also be responsible for training other soldiers and sharing your expertise." Santos straightened slightly. "I'd welcome that opportunity, sir. During sniper school, I helped several classmates improve their shooting techniques. Teaching others helped me understand my own methods better." Rodriguez was pleased by her attitude toward sharing knowledge. Too many elite soldiers became possessive about their skills, limiting overall unit effectiveness. "There's something else," Rodriguez continued. "I want you to know that your shooting demonstration 3 months ago didn't just impress me. Word has spread through military leadership circles about the soldier who made a perfect shot at 3,200 meters. You've become something of a legend." Santos looked slightly uncomfortable with the attention. "Sir, I prefer to let my work speak for itself rather than rely on reputation." Rodriguez smiled. "That's exactly the right attitude. But understand that your reputation can be a valuable tool when used properly. Other soldiers will listen to you because they respect your proven abilities." Over the following hour, Rodriguez outlined the structure and mission profile of the new unit. Santos would be part of a small team of specialists who could be deployed rapidly to address high-priority threats or gather critical intelligence in hostile environments. "Your first assignment will be training other unit members in advanced marksmanship techniques," Rodriguez explained. I want you to develop a comprehensive program that builds on your unique methods and experiences. Santos nodded enthusiastically. I've already begun documenting my training approaches and technical innovations. I believe I can help other soldiers achieve much higher levels of accuracy than current standard training provides. Rodriguez was impressed by her proactive approach. What innovations are you referring to? Primarily breathing techniques adapted from my security work and environmental reading methods I developed in Montana, Santos explained. Most soldiers focus only on mechanical aspects of shooting, but I've found that mental preparation and environmental awareness are equally important. Rodriguez leaned back in his chair, recognizing that he had made the right decision in recruiting Santos for the specialized unit. There's one more thing, Rodriguez said. I'm recommending you for accelerated promotion based on your exceptional performance and the specialized nature of your new role. You'll be eligible for promotion to Sergeant First Class within 6 months if you continue performing at your current level. Santos's eyes widened slightly at the unexpected news. Sir, I'm honored by your confidence. I won't disappoint you. I don't expect you will, Rodriguez replied. You've already exceeded every expectation since that morning when I first watched you shoot. As Santos prepared to leave, Rodriguez reflected on how that chance observation had led to discovering one of the most capable soldiers he had ever encountered. It reminded him of the importance of paying attention to individual soldiers and recognizing exceptional talent when it appeared. Staff Sergeant Santos, Rodriguez said as she reached the door, you've proven that dedication, skill, and proper leadership development can create extraordinary results. I expect great things from you in your new role. Santos saluted crisply. Thank you, sir. I look forward to contributing to the unit's success. After Santos left, Rodriguez updated his notes about the specialized unit's personnel. Finding soldiers with Santos's combination of technical skill, combat experience, and leadership potential was rare. He was confident that she would become a cornerstone of the unit's effectiveness. Rodriguez also made a note to visit the training ranges more frequently. That morning 3 months ago had taught him the value of observing individual soldiers during routine training. Sometimes the most important discoveries happened during seemingly ordinary moments. The general smiled as he reviewed Santos's complete file one final time. From a small-town hunter's daughter to elite military sniper and unit leader, her journey demonstrated what was possible when natural talent met proper guidance and development opportunities. He filed the paperwork authorizing Santos's new assignment and promotion track. Tomorrow, she would begin the process of building and training the specialized unit that Rodriguez envisioned. Based on everything he had observed, he was confident she would exceed even his ambitious expectations for the unit's capabilities and success.